Naptown Tuner here. I've not been filming this, so I figured I'd start. I'm about to install the ECS Tuning Performance Radiator. I just pulled the plastic off of it. So I'm going to drop it into place. This is what I did. I didn't really want to take that bumper support out because I just remounted the intercooler, but we'll get there. I popped out the transmission cooler lines. I slid the radiator out and unbolted these little supports from the bottom. We got the fan electrical, upper and lower radiator hoses. We got that bleeder hose. Just popped this condenser out of place, moved it to the side. So it's flipped upside down right now. I got these bolted on, and those will just slide in and clip in that bottom core support. So let's go ahead and do that. One of my last videos, I put that aluminum upper timing case on. I never cleaned all that gunk off. Right now would be the right time to do it, but I'm just trying to get this job done. See, once you got that slid into place, we just got to bolt in the bottom with a T30 on both sides. And we will have to transfer these rubber grommets from the old radiator. I still got to pull it back a little bit and slide the fans in. All I got to do is just drop them in. They clip in the sides. We'll see how that works with the aluminum. You want to check your fans before you slide them in. I've made videos before where this rusts all the way out and the fan comes off and destroys your radiator because it's spinning and it pops off. Or it's loose and it's wobbly and it cuts through the fins. So I'm going to clean these up and put some sealer on there because they're not loose. So these fans bolt in. I had to get the right size bolts and washers, and so that's no big deal. We got to plug in that fan assembly still. You gotta make sure you got the top and bottom clips in, the two on the sides. I'm gonna finish bolting up the bottom because I didn't have those in all the way. I already transferred these rubbers. And then I gotta pop in these cooler lines and bolt those in. So I got a bunch of stuff back together. I got the radiator hoses on, but I did find one issue. I've been fighting with this bleeder fitting. It seems like the head of this nipple is a little bit too long. See how long that is? And then we look at this old radiator. This one's pretty short. It clips on no issue. I'm gonna have to file the end off the new radiator a little bit. That was actually really tough to get in, and most people are probably not paying attention to see if it actually clips all the way in, to see if the clips go behind the nipple. And it definitely didn't. It looked like it went on, but it didn't. You could still forcefully push it off because it takes a lot of force to push it on. So what I had to do was pull the pin out, file it down, and then I had to clean the inside back up. So bevel the inside back, and now it fits all the way flush there, you can see. And it clipped into place, both sides. So I don't have to worry about that. I should have put a brand new hose on it right now. So if you're ordering a radiator, definitely get a new bleeder hose, maybe even a rear bleeder hose as well. And I could tell you to order all kinds of stuff, but there's just something about a big front mount intercooler that makes me happy. I really enjoy looking at it. This is the light bar. And let's pop the hood. Here we got the massive aftermarket radiator. So you pull these clips out by pushing in that little tab, and then that pin slides out. Everything's pretty straightforward. You gotta take the bumper off, obviously. Little screws down here, and then there's T25s, T30s. You just take the screws out of the perimeter, pull the bumper out the side. It's all pretty straightforward. I'd say it's definitely worth it. I do recommend. Like and subscribe, Naptown Tuner.